Okay, so got the bacon. I got like 5 slices. Yeah, 5 slices of bacon. And I'm just gonna put it in the toaster oven on broil and until it's done. I'm not sure how long it takes. Y'all know I don't time and I don't measure. So the next thing that I'm gonna do is get the eggs ready for the French toast. Get the batter ready. I think I'll go ahead and zest a little bit of the lemon. So you know when you're zesting, you're just trying to get the yellow part, not the white. The white part, right below the skin is a little bit bitter. So we just want to get that yellow part. Let's see here a little bit. I can see it. Yeah. Okay. So I'm zesting, and I'm also gonna zest the lime. Not too much, but enough so that we get a little bit of that lemon taste. Because in the lemon and the skin of the lemon and or an orange or a lime, you got those oils. It smells so good. So that oil will be in the batter. Smells good. When we eat, it just engages all of our senses. That sense of smell, taste, sight. You know, and you want to make certain that you wash your lemon, and if you can get organic, definitely do that. Get the organic if you're going to be using the skin. Um, I couldn't find any organics. I usually get organic lemons and limes, but I couldn't find any today, so I just got regular. Wasn't too happy about that, but I guess I'll survive. We've been eating regular for most of our lives, right? So I was saying I was on my self-care journey, and that's been going really well. And I think some of you also went on the journey, a self-care journey. And it is so important that we take care of ourselves. Sometimes life brings us some unexpected turns, some unexpected things happen. Turns so you guys can see what I'm doing. Some unexpected things might happen in life that kind of throws us for a loop, and we just have to stop and regroup. And we have to stop and regroup and get ourselves together and take care of ourselves. And it's not just when something, bad happens that we should stop and do self care. We should do that periodically anyway. Self care is so important to keeping us healthy. So I'm going to put a few eggs. These are some organic eggs. I do try to do organic eggs too. I don't do organic everything, but there are certain things that I try to go organic on, like anything with the thin skin, fruits, and I hope I wasn't out of the spring. Fruits and vegetables that have thin skins that we generally eat. The skin or the skin is so thin that the pesticides have gotten through those skins during the growing process. I try to get organic with those. Like we're going to use the strawberries, so definitely I did organic with that. So I got eggs. I put 3 eggs in here. I have the lemon and lime zest. I'm going to put a little bit of half and half in here. I am going to use, and I brought it closer to you so you can see what I'm putting in here, because I have, and that is drop that right in the sink. So I have some nutmeg, have some cinnamon, lemon extract, not the imitation stuff, the real stuff, and some vanilla. So we don't need a lot of that, of the flavoring, because we already put that lemon zest in there. So this is the vanilla, and I'm doing a 1/4 teaspoon. I might not even, yeah, that's good. quarter teaspoon of that. Then I'm going to do a quarter teaspoon of the lemon. It's probably a little bit more because it's spilled, but that's okay. So, let's put a little bit of nutmeg. I just sprinkle, no measuring. And a little bit of salt. And I am going to do just a, where's my salt? Just a pinch of salt, okay? Okay, 2 pinches. And that's just so it's not bland on the bread. I can't stand that, so we're just going to whip that up. So I'll pause this for a second while I do this, so you guys don't have to watch that. All right? Be right back. Okay, so got those eggs all whipped up. Can you see that? And so we're going to use croissants. And I love this. I think the first time I did this with croissants was over the holidays, and oh my goodness, it's so good. I'll never go back to regular bread. I rarely eat bread, but when I do eat bread, when I do, it's gonna be a croissant. Anyway, so when you're cutting, it's particularly soft bread, a serrated edge knife is best, so you don't smash your bread up. So I'm just gonna cut this, and I think I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna try to. I'm not that good at that. Leave it so that I just open it instead of making it 2. We'll see if it stays like that. But after we wet it all up with the eggs, it gets heavy. So right now. So all right. So I cut those 2 open just like that, and so we are going to drench them or drag them, or I'm gonna put them in the eggs. So I'm gonna get them all. You want to make sure I'll say this. That's why I like this bread, is because of the crevices, and the egg gets all in the crevices of that. And I want to get it nice and covered. This bread it soaks it up pretty good too. And you want to make sure you get every part of it, every part of the the edges of the bread, and all the crevices where you cut it, and right in those creases. And I can see see it fell apart because it gets heavy once it gets wet. That's okay though. I can see the lemon, the lime zest. I can't really see the lemon zest because it's the same color as the eggs. But so I'm gonna get this one all coated. Flip it over. Yeah. You can see those little flecks of lime. I hope I hope I can taste it. Like you guys can taste this with me. But I hope you'll try this recipe. It's really good. Over the holidays, you know what I used? I didn't use the half and half like what I used today. I used eggnog. That was really good. I used eggnog, and did I add anything else to it? I don't think I might have added some cinnamon and nutmeg, but I didn't do lemon. I didn't think it needed that because the eggnog was so flavorful. I didn't have to add any vanilla or lemon. It was perfect. So I'm gonna move this out of the way. I'll see what I can do with that later. And I got my bacon in here cooking. It is cooking away. I wonder if you guys can hear it sizzling. I love the sound of bacon cooking, and not to mention the smell. Okay, so I think I'm gonna pause just for a second so I can clean up a little bit and get our eggs ready and the pan ready for me to put the French toast in. So I'll be right back. I don't know how this is gonna look on camera because I just noticed I can pause it and keep the and not have to keep splicing the video together. So I'm excited about that. That's gonna make it really easy when it comes down to the editing. All right, I'll be right back. See y'all in a minute. Okay, am I rolling? Yes, I'm rolling. So you know what I ended up doing when I said I was wondering what I was gonna do with the rest of those eggs. I ended up just pouring them on top because this plate has a recessed bottom, so I can keep the egg mixture and keep that nice and moist until I'm ready to put it in the pan, and it's gonna soak up even more of the flavor. So now I am going to just get the eggs that I want to eat ready, and so I got my eggs. My son, he's usually my youngest son, Daniel. He's usually my sous chef, and he, at a very young, early age, he's learned how to crack the eggs pretty good. I've never been able to crack an egg. See, like that one time. It's gonna take me a couple times to hit it, and then I still sometimes end up with the shell in there. Which, okay, I did it this time. Yeah, I'm not so great at that. My little garbage pail. But he is good at it. I guess from all the practice, he loves cooking. So he would help me in the kitchen, especially at around Thanksgiving and Christmas, where I cook the huge meals. And he absolutely loved helping. I sure appreciated it too. I miss that. And so Dan, if you're watching this, I miss you, man. So this feels good already. You know, this type of food, you can't eat it every day because, you know, that bread and syrup. And speaking of syrup, let me get a pan and get those strawberries going. But yeah, you don't want to do that every day with all of that bread and all of that sugar. But every now and then, it's a great, I don't know, I just kind of sit under a blanket, and because it's chilly out, it just feels good. I totally get why it's called comfort food. It does bring me comfort. So, and I do love food. I don't know how many times I've said that to you guys. I love food. So I'm gonna wash this bowl and use it to rinse out the strawberries. Rinse these strawberries off. Although, even though they're organic, you still want to rinse them. You know, they've been handled, and you just don't know. So you want to rinse them in cold water. I usually just let them sit there for a little bit. So I am going to pause again and check on this bacon, see how it's doing. I hope you guys can hear me, because when I'm using my computer this time rather than the iPhone is pretty good with the recording, but I've done so many recordings, I ran out of memory, ran out of space, so somebody's been trying to get me to get a new one for a while, and now it looks like I'm gonna have to, unless I figure something else out. So if you guys have any suggestions, do you think it's a good idea for me to get like a external drive where I can dump all of these videos and pictures? I have over 6,000 pictures and a couple hundred videos. So help. All right, I'll be back. Alrighty, I'm back, and I'm gonna pour this water off of these strawberries. Rinse one more time. Can y'all see me? I don't know if this is. Let me push this just a little bit. Yeah, okay, that's better. So just rinsing these strawberries, and I'm going to cut a few Just slice them. Can y'all see that? I'm gonna tilt the camera so you guys can see. And you won't see all of me, but you'll see what I'm doing with the strawberries. So I'm cut off the top, and then I'm gonna slice them, not too thin, but not too huge either. Am I rolling? I can't see the numbers counting. Yes. Okay. So for these to be organic, they're pretty big, because usually the organic fruits and vegetables, they're not as large as the you know, the traditional or conventional, because they're not putting all those enhancers in it. And these smell really good. So I think this is going to be enough to go in the pan. So I got this little pot right here, little saucepan, and I am going to put my strawberries in there. And then I'm going to on my face now. See me? I am going to put the maple syrup in there. And I'm not going to put, well, I don't know how much I'm going to put in here. I'll let y'all see what I'm doing. I'm going to put enough of that it'll probably be more than what I'm going to use, but I'll just store it in the refrigerator. So I put the strawberries and the maple syrup together, and oh, you know what? How about we add a little bit of the lemon zest? I bet that'd be good. Where's my zester? Here it is. And I do this in the kitchen. I'll start out and I'm like, ooh, I bet that'd be good with it. Ooh. Or I'll smell an herb or a seasoning, and then it's like, oh, that would taste good with this or that. And so that's where I start creating. Ooh, I'm getting my fingers. Oh, this is, I think I might need a new zest. This one is, well, I guess it's not that bad. It's probably me. I'm not pressing hard enough. So it gets stuck in there. You have to, I use a little tiny spoon too to get it out of there. But again, this smells so good. Yeah, my bacon is talking to me over there. Yeah, it's about done. So I got to get everything else on. I got the pan on over there for my French toast. And so I'm just going to put this on low in the back. Turn it down. Turn this. And y'all know I always use the olive oil. Put some olive oil in the pan for my French toast. Do I want to put butter in there? Let's see, what do we have in there? I don't think I'm going to put butter in it. I don't, where's my spatula? Here it is. So, here's our French toast. See, it's been sitting, there you go, sitting in this mixture, egg mixture. And it's nice and soft. Y'all hear that? Can you hear it? I love the sound of cooking. I love the smells, all of it. Yep. So, put that on there. Put that in there and just wait. And then I'm going to turn it. And I have a pineapple here, and I'm debating. You know, I think it needs to ripen some more. Somebody said that if you can pull the leaves out, that it's ripe, and these are coming out pretty good, but it's so green up here. So if any of you have a trick for knowing when a pineapple is ripe, let me know. I usually let it sit and sit and sit until I'm so absolutely sure that I have to eat it so fast, because now it's going bad. So I'm going to put that there. Another thing, I'm really bad at cooking bacon and forgetting about it. See there? Some of that burned a little bit. And I don't want my alarm to go off. It's not bad. I can eat 4 of them out of the 5, 4.5 out of the 5. But I tend to forget. I get, caught up in what I'm doing and totally forget about my bacon. So I'm going to turn that up a little bit on our French toast. Okay, so I'm going to pause it for a second. I'm going to get this bacon out of this oil and, get all that excess oil off. And I think I'm going to cut up some more strawberries because I think I want some strawberries on top and, have a little fruit. Since I'm having this food that is not so great for you, I'll balance it out with some fruit. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, so I just turned over the French toast. I wonder if I brought it over to the camera, if you could see it without me flipping it out of the pan, because it's so pretty. Can you see that? Huh? I hope you can see it. It's really pretty. So that other side just has to cook. You want to make sure that those eggs are done. And I did not cut up my strawberries like I said I was going to do. So I'm going to cut them up. I'm going to make them a little bigger than what I did in the for the syrup. And it's just what, 4 strawberries. Yeah. So I was talking about the self-care and how important it is. And there are several ways that I love doing self-care. And I had done a list of things that I wanted to make sure that I did. I wasn't able to do them all, but a lot of them I did. Turn it down a little bit. And so some of the things that you can do, some of the things I enjoy doing is definitely getting outside. I love being outside. I love feeling the sun on my face. The weather hasn't really permitted for that, but I did get outside. It wasn't as enjoyable. Talking to friends, getting a hug. Hugs are very, very important. If you think about it, when babies are born and they're one of the first things that they do is to lay the baby on the mom, because touch is so important. And then when you have those babies that have failure to thrive, you have people who volunteer and their sole purpose is just to hold those babies. So from birth, we are wired to need human touch. So that's really important. If you can get that, definitely get it. Get your hugs, get from people that care about you and people you care about. Exercise, that's another self-care that's good. Eating good food that's good for you and food that's good to you, because sometimes the foods that's good to you are not good for you. Can y'all see? You can't really see it because it keeps moving in the pan, but I'm going to pour it in a container that you'll be able to see through it. So I'm going to just sit that over there with no lid on it. I took the lid off so that the steam, it turns to liquid, doesn't liquefy, make my syrup watery. I don't want that. So, but yeah, so those are some of the things that I did. Listening to music. Music for me is so healing. I love music, and when you're feeling low, a lot of times you gravitate toward the sad music, but it's a good thing to listen to some music that's going to lift your mood, that's going to make you feel better than what you're feeling. So music is another thing. Dancing. When I listen to good music, it makes me want to dance. So and I live alone, but I am very comfortable with dancing in my living room by myself. I'm okay with that. I feel good when I do it. So that's something that I do. Talking to my children, that always peps me up. So there are a lot of things that we can do. Art, That's another thing. I have my calendar, you know, my planner, and we showed it to you guys in January, the 1st of January. And so my planner, it's like a big art project for me. So I use that for art, and it really does. Oh, these look good. They're done. It really does make me feel better. Can you see this other pan? I think I'm gonna move my eggs pan over here because it's easier for me to be able to talk to you guys from this side. So again, olive oil, and I use extra virgin olive oil, and sometimes I use butter in my eggs, and sometimes I don't. Today I am going to put some butter in my eggs, but I only use a little bit, and it adds a little salt to the egg, so it's not so bland. So what do I want? Cheese. What do I want? What do you guys think? Cheese or butter? Or since I'm doing the whole comfort thing, how about both? But seriously, I do such a tiny bit of butter, but I can taste it because butter lasts me for months. When I buy the 4-pack, it lasts for months because I don't use it that much. So I put that butter in there. So what was I talking about? The self-care piece, doing the different things that make you feel good. Do what makes you feel good. Writing is another one. Oh my gosh, I write a lot. I get these thoughts and I start writing, and I'm always surprised at what comes out of me when I write. But honest to goodness, it is therapeutic for me. It is cathartic. It is like, you know, an upchuck of all of those negative emotions. I put it on paper, they're out of me. So I feel a whole lot better with writing, and I just go on and on and on and on. And I did that through this self-care process. I did some writing. Right here, you guys. I'm gonna take take this French toast out of here because I don't want it to be soaking up this excess oil. So, and I'm gonna plate it up nice and pretty. See, I got the bacon under here, letting that paper towel soak up that extra oil. So the eggs, yep, it's ready. So all I did was put egg in here, you know, just for the black little flakes, the little specks of pepper, because I don't put enough in there for you to really be able to taste it. I'm gonna go ahead and put these in the pan. There we go. And you know what? I got some cheese. This is Freedom brought this cheese over here, and it is horseradish and cheddar, and we had it on burgers the other night I cooked, and it was pretty good. She's kind of turned me on to different cheeses because I was really just Gouda, Brie, you know, those really soft cheese, and cheddar. That was it for me. And now I'm like exploring. So this is something new that I really like. I didn't think I would like that because I'm not a big fan of horseradish. But this was pretty good. It just gives it a nice different flavor to whatever it is that you're eating. So here are my strawberries. This makes it all healthy. This makes this whole meal healthy. Okay, remember that. It's all healthy strawberries or pineapple. Any fresh fruit. Then you got your healthy meal. I'm just joking. It's still a mess. Okay, cooking these eggs, and I know y'all know how to cook eggs, so I don't need to record that. I'm gonna pause it, and when I come back, we'll plate it up. So it's all done. So here's the French toast with lemon zest and lime zest, vanilla, nutmeg, cinnamon, and a little bit of I use half and half. Here are my eggs. I have that horseradish cheese on top. I hope that's really good. And here's my bacon. I only put 2 on the plate because it would just look bad, but you know, it's all about the presentation. And here's the syrup with the strawberries in it. You know, let me just move y'all in the way. with the strawberries. So here it is. It's still nice and thick, the maple syrup, and it's got big chunks of strawberries in it. And then here's what makes this whole meal healthy. My serving of strawberries. Absolutely. And then I have here just some cranberry juice with some sparkling water. This is what I use from Trader Joe's, sparkling water. And that one is lime. And I always use Ocean Spray 100% cranberry juice. That's pretty much the only juice I ever drink. And so I just put some lime in it, squeezed a little lime juice in it, and dropped the lime in it just so it'll be pretty. And you know I'm all about the presentation. And that is something else about self-care. When you're cooking for yourself, make it pretty. Serve yourself the way you would any guests that you have in your home. That is something that I always do. I always make it nice and pretty, make it nice and appetizing for myself. So that, I don't know, it makes my food taste a little bit better with the whole presentation. It looks good, and it smells good, and it's on some pretty plates and pretty silverware. I even got the S napkins for Spirit. Okay, well, I'm going to go because my food is getting cold, and I hope you guys enjoy it. I hope you make it for yourself at some point. And if you do, post it on Spirit and Freedom, or, let us know so we can open it up so that you can post it to our group page. All right, I will talk to you guys later.